Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with another episode of Puppet History. Today we're going back to the USA for America's first black aviatrix, which I guess is the term for a female flyer. Who knew? I always just thought it's aviator, but apparently there's an aviatrix. So anyway, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's on the thumbnail, so go check it out. You want to know the name before we start. But without any further ado, let's see how well this aviatrix took to the skies. So be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Welcome one and all to Puppet History. Today
Hey,
we're
Professor.
taking an ever-winding look
Fake
at
Professor.
yet another chapter in the heavy book we call History, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted title
Hey,
of
isn't that
History
Ryan
Master.
Graham?
I'm your beloved little host, the Professor.
Hi,
Thank
Professor.
you. Ryan Bergara, are you ready?
Hanging in
Just
there.
another day in paradise.
That's right. Special guest, Ryan Graham, are
That
you
was right.
ready?
I'm very, very excited about
back,
meeting
man.
you in person.
Yeah, this is the first time we've hung out.
But
Oh, yeah, it was
what
like
is this
a
metal box that you have. I feel like it's scary. I feel like I should be concerned about this box.
no.
It's kind of weird and
No.
creeping me out.
No.
Are you sure?
Nothing to be concerned about.
Graham,
He wants
trust
to
me.
know about it. We should just see what's inside
You
the box.
step away! You step away!
I'm sorry, Professor.
Oh,
I-
you think that intimidates me? I could be silent too. Watch.
What the fuck is happening to him?
You guys ready to learn?
Yeah.
Learn.
Then let's crack it!
Yeah, enough of that. Bessie Coleman.
Well, you know what? We actually ran into this last time when we had our little Zoom season, but I think if
Oh,
memory serves
yeah,
me,
the
the
old
protocol here is to go
Ryan.
with Ryan for Ryan Graham and Beef Boy for our little Beef Boy.
Actually, it's Beef Man now.
Ladies
It's
and
still
gentlemen,
Beef Man.
All right, now, to begin, have either of you ever been on an aeroplane?
Haven't we all?
Yeah, love flying.
What's the craziest thing you've done in an airplane?
The craziest thing, well, I mean,
yeah, that's a
drinking
good
the
one.
water on an airplane, because apparently it's really
Oh
dirty.
yeah, don't order the coffee on the airplane because it's bad. It's poop water.
I drink coffee on every airplane I get on.
Please don't.
Okay.
Okay.
I usually just stick to the
It's easy to
sodas.
take for granted how easy it is to spit in God's face and soar like angels above the clouds. Of course, it wasn't always like that, especially if you weren't a rich white guy. Buckle up, because today we're talking about the first black aviatrix, Bessie Coleman.
Oh, that is so exciting. Wow, I did not know that's what we were going to be talking about
That's
today.
what
Stop
we're
shit,
talking
so
about.
this.
I'm very, very pumped.
Bessie
No.
Coleman was born January 26, 1892, in the small town of Atlanta,
bad.
Texas.
Wait, did you say Atlanta, Texas?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they
That's
got
why I
one
was
too.
confused.
They got
Yeehaw.
one too.
They got a hot Atlanta in Texas?
Wow, it's probably
Apparently.
hotter. It's probably a hotter.
Oh,
Even I
shit,
didn't know
that's the
this.
hottest Atlanta.
Yeah, honestly. Do they have a Coke there? Like Coca-Cola factory, maybe?
They probably don't
Maybe?
have a factory, but I bet you can get a
I'll look it up later.
Ah, I do love that.
Before she was 2 years
Go,
old,
go,
her
Texas.
family
Nice.
moved 30 miles south of Dallas to Waxahachie, Texas.
Waxahachie.
Bessie excelled at school from
Weird
an
house,
early
apparently.
age, and when her father left town
Good
when
job,
she was
Bessie.
only 9, Bessie helped tend to her 3 younger sisters while her mother, Susan, worked.
So her dad left though, but so she like was.
So
mom
just
number
like,
two.
alright, bye.
Sort of shouldering some of the responsibility.
I guess late 1800s, you were lucky if most of your family made it to next year.
Exactly.
You got to have some insurance, kids.
Right.
You know, just in case a tree falls on one of them,
What do
or
you got there? What are you putting in your little thermos there, huh?
it's just some drugs.
Okay.
What?
Even in youth.
Wait, what? Okay. Also, insurance kids. Yeah, I guess you want to get a payday. Just how many kids do you want? Plus, yeah, I think if I remember correctly, life expectancy wasn't that high. So, yeah, fair enough. Which, I mean, nowadays people can live for a long, long time. Back then, yeah, I'd pretty much be in my middle ages back then. I think they died like 30s, 40s or something. I don't know. Like I said, they usually last a lot less than nowadays, you know? But anyway.
And despite suffering countless indignities in the Jim Crow
Poor
South,
Bessie.
Bessie was determined to do something great with her life. In 1910, at the age of 18, Bessie enrolled in the Colored Agricultural and Normal
Langston
University
University.
in Langston, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, Bessie ran out of money after only 1 semester. Her dreams of a formal education dashed almost before they had even begun. Bessie had no choice but to return to her family in
That
Waxahachie.
sucks. Oh, first
How
one.
did Bessie return to Waxahachie? A. On her first airplane ride, which almost crashed twice. B, so depressed she didn't speak for 10 months.
How? Okay,
Or
that's
C,
step B.
with a marching band.
I really wish it was C. That sounds like a fun option.
considering,
I would
like,
love to
where
just
we
walk
at,
around with the marching band.
Might as well go.
Fucking sick. It's that's how Beyonce does it.
Oh yeah, and like a natural just
but-
win. Like she calls the wind with
Like
her
depressed.
presence.
Yeah.
Said how, so pretty sure it's not B.
Okay, are we locked in?
There's something else to
Beef
press.
man.
Let's
Alright,
go
let's
with
see.
A for aviation arrival.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
like a
Bob
lot of
Lane.
A's in there.
Gotta
That's
start the
fun.
love somewhere,
Good
right?
alliteration,
How about a jelly
mon
bean for
frere.
that?
Yeah, I'll give you a jelly bean, sure.
Oh,
Ryan, what do you got?
I put B that she
Oh,
was like super
super
sad
sad?
because I feel like it would have been way too early for black people to be on planes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess also she could have been both on a plane and soup sad.
That's
so
true.
Maybe.
It's
True.
A and B.
Yeah.
You guys
see,
ever
we'll
been
see.
sad on a plane?
Yeah.
Lots.
haven't
Every
we
time.
all?
Oh my God! What? This is trauma. This is so much trauma that we're going through
No
right now.
kidding.
Points to neither of you.
It was C, the
In an
marching
early
band?
example of Bessie's unconquerable will, when she learned a local
Seriously?
church was throwing a homecoming party for her despite
Dang.
falling well short of a degree, Bessie resolved to provide the music in the form of the Langston Band. Bessie wanted to make
Really?
something of herself, and she wasn't going to let little setbacks like running out of money keep her spirits down.
That's called falling forward.
That's Moxie, baby.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
do like
super
that.
cool. She's like, I'm just gonna throw a party. She's like, I'm not gonna be sad. We're gonna come back and it's gonna be a rager.
That's all I want to do now. Anytime I fail, I just want a marching band to show
Heart
up and be
attack!
like, whatever, he's going to do more, baby.
That's like such a flex too. Like you're just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, you think I'm gonna be a loser? No, here's a band, baby.
Yeah.
I like it.
Back home,
But you gotta admit, like, the fact that she dropped out of first semester, she must have made some major connections to get the freaking marching band to come with you home. Like, seriously, like, wow. It's like, it's fine. I'm gonna go out with the marching band, so see you around. Da-da-da-da. Just, how did she manage to convince them to do it? Like, was she that well connected? I'd like to know. Woo-wee. Anyway, now she's back home. Let's see how things are picking up for, poor Bessie.
Bessie began working as a laundress.
What's that?
A laundry.
Do
what?
laundry.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she knew she would have to leave Waxahachie again to achieve her dreams. All right, now stop
Right.
me if you've heard this one before, but
ahead.
Bessie had to move home and bust her ass at a job she didn't love to save up some cash before her next big move, with little more
Sounds
than
like-
her outsized dreams keeping her moving forward. For the next 4 or 5 years, Bessie's dreams were stoked by the printed words in the Chicago Defender. One of the most important black newspapers in the early 1900s, the Chicago Defender boasted a circulation upwards of 250,000 by its peak. Bessie read copies
job.
brought south by railroad porters, taking to heart the paper's message to quit the South for the North in the Great Migration. In 1915,
Fair enough, I mean,
at the
gotta
age
go away
of
from the Jim
23,
Crow.
Bessie set off for Chicago,
Yeehaw.
where her brothers Walter, 35, and John, 29, already lived with their wives.
Jesus, she had quite the separation in age from her brothers.
Yeesh.
29, 35, I don't
She's
know.
23. That's 6 years.
I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a good
not that
spread.
big.
They spread it out to where it's like, this kid's successful. Let's have another.
Yeah, we did
Maybe.
good. Let's
I
do
don't know.
another. Yeah.
Yeah, this one was fine.
Or maybe we didn't plan to do another. And uh-oh.
Hey,
Oh.
love is
Awesome.
love,
Yes, and.
man. Love
That's
is
right.
love.
That's right.
Just
Awkward.
can't keep it all in.
You can't keep it all in, I know, right?
You know what? Good job. I'll give a little jelly bean for the beef, man.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't man.
In Chicago,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Bessie began hanging out at nightclubs and mingling with the upper echelons of the black community, such as the Chicago Defender's founder and publisher, Robert Abbott. To pay the
Abbott?
rent, she found work as a manicurist in a barbershop, doing men's nails while charming her customers into fat-ass tips.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
she must have been
the
one
guys
smooth
back in
talker.
whatever we said,
Whatever.
early 1900s, were not overly masculine enough to be like, I'm against getting a manicure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When do we regress? We're men, but we're
And it's like motorcycle themed.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like, dude, you're still getting a manicure. Calm down. Like, it's fine, bro. I want a mani-pedi.
does
I
like
really came in here to
motorcycles.
have my nails done.
How are your cuticles looking?
Fair enough.
Mine are pretty bad right now.
Oh,
actually.
yeah,
mine are pretty
I'm actually
rough.
getting my nails.
Even as a
mine are good,
manicurist,
but
Bessie
that's-
excelled, with an article in the Chicago Defender proclaiming
Best in
her
biz.
Black Chicago's best and fastest manicurist.
Fast?
Still, doing nails was not the
Bessie.
particular flavor of greatness that Bessie had in mind for herself.
Black women are always like, we are on it. We're gonna do the best. We're gonna
Yep,
do the
keep
best at
going.
everything we do.
Like, is this even a job?
Never
that
settle for
doesn't
less
just
for them.
want-
I
it's just,
was-
like acclaimed.
I was just about to say, this is a story about her being the first aviator, and we're talking about her being
Yeah.
the best manicurist.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
imagine whatever she
What
did,
is
she would
going
be
on
the
here?
best at it.
exactly.
Still waiting for the plane.
At the age of 27, after almost 5 years in Chicago, Bessie was still preoccupied with amounting to something. The only question was what? Her answer finally came one day from an unlikely source. Her brother, John, stumbling drunk into the barbershop where she worked. Ooh. What
we go
did
again.
John tell Bessie? A. News of Amelia Earhart's successful flight across the Atlantic.
Okay.
B. He just bought a plane from some guy in a bar. Or C. That she wasn't shit compared to French ladies he met in World War I.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay,
considering
well,
he's
certainly
drunk,
not that she's not shit.
it's
She's
either
the best manicurist and the fastest manicurist. She can't be not shit.
It's a tough one.
I want to be.
Might as well.
Okay.
Open right.
All right.
If it turns out we see, I'll be
Man,
pissed.
what do you got?
I went with
B.
Anything you
Bye-bye.
can do better.
I like that. And Ryan?
I also put A. She heard about Earhart.
Dang.
Points to no one.
Damn it, was it C?
It
B?
was C.
Oh,
knew it.
what?
I think what you're forgetting
C?
is that he's her older brother.
That's what I was saying. That's totally sounds like something a sibling would say.
Exactly.
But then I should have went with my instinct.
Damn
Do that. No.
And I have a sibling.
Well, we have to imagine it wasn't
man,
good fun. But
bad
like
start for
all
me.
great older brothers, John was there when Bessie was at her lowest to absolutely roast her ass. Telling her that the French women he'd met while serving overseas were far superior to the gals he knew in Chicago. They had careers, he told her, and even flew planes. And that was all Bessie needed to hear. That's it, she said to have proclaimed. You just called it for me.
What a dick.
You have any brothers, Professor?
Bro.
You have a family?
A family.
Anybody that looks like you?
I may have a long time ago, but memory.
I think you got back of the past.
Oh my
Man,
God.
I am
Professor,
off.
Do you need a hug? I feel.
No, don't touch me.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, don't touch.
Sorry.
Okay,
safe.
moving along. Nay.
Hey, Dorothy
Hey
Ruth.
there.
I'm just clopping in real quick to thank Wondrium for sponsoring today's episode.
Oh, we love the folks at Wondrium. Genuinely, it's a really great brand fit.
Uh-huh. Hey, Professor, I've been inconsolable ever since my sweet husband, Stanley Murphy Melvin, perished. But at the same time, a horsewoman has needs. And so I've been hitting the dating scene looking to get some action from some studs. Yeah, dating
Feel bad for
isn't easy,
Stanley
though.
now.
And do you know what I've found after trotting around town with an endless parade of absolute hot dolts?
What you got?
Intelligence is what really gets my numerous knees wobbling. And that's where Wondrium comes in. Wondrium searches far and wide to bring you trusted, respected, and inspiring experts and non-fiction storytellers who have led over 6,000 hours of video courses, documentaries,
6,000?
and series. They've got a carefully curated collection of short and long-form videos, tutorials, how-tos, travelogues, documentaries, and more. Hey, you want to learn about Prague? How about checking out The Great Tours, Experiencing Medieval Europe, hosted by Renaissance historian Kenneth Bartlett, in which he takes you on a thrilling tour of some of Prague's most breathtaking architecture, including the Old Palace, where one of the most prominent defenestrations took place. Oh, there
yeah, I
are
remember that from
so
last
many
episode.
gargoyles, and they
Or
are
wait, not
straight up
last episode,
freaky.
2 episodes ago. I
Anyway,
remember that.
Wondrium genuinely loves puppet history so much that they reached out about extending our viewers a free trial. Go to wondrium.com/watcher. That's WONDRIUM.com/watcher and get learning.
Thank you,
Your
Watcher.
brain
Or
will
Wondrium.
thank you. Wow, that's incredible. Thank you, Wondrium. And thanks,
thank you, Dorothy Ruth.
Well, I'm off to conduct a seance in an attempt to contact my sweet, dead Stanley Melvin Murphy. Goodbye, Professor!
Arvard!
Nay!
Arvard!
See you later. Okay, where were we?
Right,
Yes.
Dorothy. Or sorry, Bessie. I gotta say, I was not expecting C. Like, I was gonna be like, hey, Bessie, guess what? I bought myself a plane from this guy at a bar. I have no reason for it, but have fun with it. Just not roasting her. Like, jeez, dude. Okay, even I wouldn't do that. Stoop that low. Yeesh. I forgot. Okay. Ay. What else you got in here?
Now, if John hadn't dunked on his little sister that day, the world might never have known Bessie Coleman. But Bessie had finally settled on what she would do to leave her mark. She would be the first Black American woman to earn a pilot's license.
From that.
Are you the first person to do anything?
I
Dang,
am
to
the
be honest,
first
if it wasn't-
person to
Be here?
do drag in my family. So there's that.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Hey, go Graham.
There it
Feel
is.
that.
Am I the first person to do anything? I am the first person to successfully and then unsuccessfully murder a puppet,
That's true.
allegedly.
Just allegedly.
Like everything ever, however, this was easier said than done.
Oh, yeah.
100 years ago, you didn't just enroll in pilot school. If you wanted to learn to fly, you had to track down a pilot who would take you up and show you how to not
mentorship.
crash. Bessie needed a pilot, but since almost all of those were white males, and since almost all of those were openly and proudly racist, it proved literally impossible for Bessie to get any time
brought us to the
whatsoever
time.
in a cockpit.
Ouch.
Man, talk about barriers of entry.
Yeah.
Jesus. I feel like, why does racism have to stop so many things? I feel like, what would happen if we all just like didn't do it?
Except it didn't stop her, though.
Yeah, it's still dumb.
Which is
right.
crazy.
Ryan, it sounds like you're arguing like, well,
I think actually racism is
stop
good.
everything.
Okay,
This
yeah.
is the exception to the rule. How
Right,
about
right,
that?
right.
Yeah, exception
Fair,
to the
fair,
rule.
fair, fair.
Exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Bessie brought this problem to her social circle, specifically
Hey,
Robert
Abbott again?
Abbott. Seeing an opportunity to increase circulation in the story of a young black woman becoming a pilot, Abbott encouraged Bessie to lean even further into her brother's insults. Learn to fly in France, where they're at least a little less racist. Bessie enrolled in French classes and left her manicurist job to manage a chili parlor where she could earn more money. Still, and this remains true today, it's hard to earn enough money to move to France and enroll in flying school on a chili parlor manager's salary alone.
Sounds good.
Sounds
to work at
right.
a chili parlor, though.
Oh God, I'd
would
put
not
him out of
mind
business because I'd be eating it all.
that. I know what you're saying there.
I hate all chili. I'm not a beans guy. So
Yeah, I mean,
No,
there are
no, no,
chilies
no.
without
What
the
about
jelly
beans,
beans?
so...
I love a jelly bean.
Here you go, have one.
Nice, nice.
Some
Fair
of
enough.
Bessie's well-off contacts, like Robert Abbott, chipped in funds. And on November
Thank you,
20th,
Abbott.
1920, Bessie Coleman set sail from New York City to France.
Oui, oui.
In France, Bessie immediately had a problem. The flight school she chose refused to admit her. Why?
Oh, what? Okay.
A, because she was black. B, because she was a woman. Or C, because she was an American.
Well, I mean, to be fair, 'cause you said a little less
I mean,
racist,
I
and I'm
kinda
like,
wanna lean
no,
into the
racists are pretty
other one, but,
everywhere. But,
Yeah,
she's like, she's black.
I'm gonna go with,
Okay.
Yeah.
might as well hit it.
All of the above?
I'm going with
I
B.
also said all of the above. Wow, we've been on the same wave this whole
Guys,
time.
I just want to be clear. I really don't do trick questions around here.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
But you
I
did
think
this
about that
time,
would have
didn't you?
worked.
Points to neither of you.
sounds like a lie.
Which one?
Honestly.
No.
You haven't given us any
What was
points.
it?
this
The
time,
lady?
No, no
Color? American?
According
What's
to
up?
Bessie, quote, I first went to Paris and decided on a school, but the first to which I
Oh.
applied would not take women because
Yeah,
two
that's right.
women had lost
Nice.
their lives at the game.
What?
They were like, no more of
So
that. Like, we've had
Two
two
women died flying planes, so they were like, I guess women weren't meant to be in the sky.
Like, they have
Oh, I
like,
gotta
the
say,
smallest
the first
sample size,
one.
and they're like, 100% of women
Yeah.
can't fly. No.
These women were not meant to spread their wings.
That sounds very German.
These women, how do you say,
better.
were not
There you
meant
go.
to the sky.
I'm German first.
Well,
Well, keep in mind, remember what I said about life expectancy, so, yeah, not a lot of chances for women to get out in the field, so... I guess for them, they were kind of worried. Oh no, we lost two baby makers, so don't let them fly anymore. Jeez. That's what I'm thinking is going on here. Like Abbott said, less racist. Don't they would have been... It was either that or the American side, so I'm kind of glad I actually went with the lady side. Whew. Makes sense. Anyway, moving on.
Well, never letting a setback get her down, Bessie applied to France's most famous flight school. Uh-oh, here comes some French. École d'Aviation
École d'Aviation des Frères Conjons.
And was accepted into their 7-month program. Every
Dang.
day, Bessie had to
Way to go,
walk
Bessie.
9 miles to get from her room to the airfield.
9 miles?
Yeah, that's a,
Wait,
that's
she
a ways.
That sounds like one of those like old people things. We're like, oh, I had to walk. It
really does.
It's very
That
that.
does
Jeez,
sound like
9
that.
That's not
miles.
real. That's not real. Is that
Why
real?
would
You
you
know
have
what,
to wake
though?
up for that?
Maybe that's just how it was, and that's why old people always were like, yeah, we did that. We didn't have, those little bird scooters.
Or a lift.
Yeah, jeez.
Once at
Guess
the
they
airfield,
couldn't take a
Bessie
trolley or
then had to
something.
fly a plane. I guess that's obvious, but let's make sure we're on the same page for what flying a plane meant in 1921.
Okay.
Bessie learned on a French Nieuport Type 82,
Oh, 80.
a biplane that predated World War I, made out of wood, cloth, wire, and pressed cardboard with a bit of steel and aluminum tossed in for good measure. There was no steering wheel, there was no brake, there wasn't even a roof. You flew open to the elements. The only form of control was wrestling with 2 sticks.
a baseball bat between your legs to keep from flipping over sideways, and a bar at your feet to control the yaw. All the while, hot castor oil would fly off the engine in a yellow mist, coating your face and goggles. Back on the ground, the plane could only stop courtesy of a metal spike in the tail of the plane that would dig into the earth. In short, it was a death trap. But that did not deter Bessie, even after witnessing one of her classmates die in an accident. As Bessie said, quote, "It was a terrible shock to my nerves, but I never lost them. I kept going."
Jesus.
Anybody who flew a plane during this era deserves the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yeah,
That's
that sounds
fucking
terrifying.
insane.
All of that sounds like
Seriously,
they're going to die.
a
I'm
spike
like,
to
that's not
stop
anyone's
you.
fault. That just
One of your
sounds awful. Why did
classmates
you
died
fly?
right in
If
front
you
of you.
sit
Holy
in a
crap.
suit made out of wood that's in the sky, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, no
On
kidding.
June 15th, 1921, Bessie Coleman earned her pilot's license from the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale, the first African-American woman in history with such distinction. She sailed back to the States, and on September 3rd, 1922, at Glenn Curtis Field in Garden City, New York, Bessie Coleman flew in her first American air show to a crowd of between 1,000 and 3,000 spectators.
Was her brother one of them? And was he like shitting himself?
I sure hope so.
I would make sure he has a front row seat.
Yeah, you're like, look at me now, bro! Look at me now!
Rewarding Robert Abbott's early financial support, Bessie gave a full account of her time in France to his Chicago defender. Bessie quickly and naturally stepped up as the role model she never had, challenging others, saying, quote, "We must have aviators if we are to keep up with the times. I shall never be satisfied until we have men of the race who can fly. Do you know you have never lived until you have flown? Of course, it takes one with courage, nerve, and ambition, but I am thrilled to know we have men who are physically fit. Now what is needed is men who are not afraid of death."
Wow.
Just calling everybody shot. Just be like, get the fuck up in those planes.
I also love
about
that she
fix the
lifts
planes
up other
first?
people. That
Yeah.
is like, they say that like when you lift up a woman, women tend to lift up other people way more than men do. So I'm like, it's cool that she's like,
Fair enough.
I'm in this space, you know what I'm gonna do? Make other people also be in this space.
Having already made history, Bessie now faced a more persistent challenge, money, as having a pilot's license was not the same as having a job.
Nope.
So, how did Bessie
Here we
plan
go.
to earn a living? A, as an entertainer. B, as a commercial pilot. Or C, as a flight instructor.
I would love that she just suddenly like, she's like, I've done this flight school and now I'm gonna become like an entertainer.
Yeah, like Top Gun. That's what I would
Probably.
like to have happened, but did it
Yeah, I'm not sure
actually?
about the commercial flights. Doubt that, so...
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with C. They wouldn't want.
Might as
their
well
kid
hit with
fly
A,
them, but they'd
entertainer.
be like,
Might as
can
well go with
teach.
it.
I said
I mean,
C
consider what's
as well
going on
before
here,
becomes
yeah.
a teacher.
Well, I
sea
guess
dogs.
this is a moment for celebration because we've got a sea dogs out there.
Hey!
Please wait. Ryan!
Well,
We're not moving along.
one sec. Hold on. Sorry about that, Mom. Moving on.
Until you bark.
Bark. There we go. Well,
I hate myself so much right now.
Points to neither of you.
Oh, great.
what was it?
After all that,
I feel,
you
why do we have
son
to
of a-
bark? Now I feel, now I'm angry.
Oh my god!
You said you were nice. That's actually quite mean.
He's laughing like the Joker.
Commercial airlines, as we think of them, were still a ways off. And to be a flight
she was
instructor,
commercial?
you had to have a plane, which Bessie did
Okay,
not.
what's off?
That left entertainment. Planes were, after all,
Never mind.
still
I
pretty
got it.
new, and people were more than willing to pay to watch pilots defy death, just like when Segways came out.
Oh, wait a second. You tricked us. I thought when you said entertainer, you meant just nothing to do with flying.
Yeah, I was thinking like she
How'd
became
it
like
feel?
a jazz singer.
Yeah, that's what I was
or,
thinking.
I never said that.
Well,
That's
No, I never said
I feel like
that.
this was a misleading
Back in
question.
action.
misleading
No, no,
question.
no,
It was a
no.
poorly worded
yes,
question.
yes.
Yeah, at
No, no,
minimum.
no, no.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that was
yes.
pretty bad.
I think that was. I think that one's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on
What
you.
did I say she did as soon as she got to the States?
As soon as she got to the shades.
Shit.
At their peak, air shows could draw up to 50,000 people. And for an additional fee, spectators could even hop into a plane for a short ride with the Barnstormers after the show. With a full understanding that she was in the entertainment business, Bessie began promoting and self-dramatizing. She told the New York Times that she had learned to fly during World War I when she was in France with a Red Cross unit, a lie that nevertheless enhanced her draw.
What's a little embellishment?
Gotta sell tickets, you know?
A little embellishment,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like the best entertainers are that way. Marilyn Monroe was that way.
Yeah.
Her story has always been dramatized. That's what social media
Sounds
is.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
She's just like an OG influencer.
Well,
it's not
after
like
her
they
first
confirm it.
shows, Bessie proved to be such a draw that she began receiving offers to entertain not just at altitude, but on solid ground as well. She signed a contract to star in a feature film, but backed out a few weeks later when she learned the opening scene would feature her in tattered clothes and a walking stick. She found the depiction
that's pretty much up to you.
disrespectful, reportedly saying as she quit, "No Uncle Tom stuff for me."
Yes. Know yourself, know your worth.
Nice
I
job,
love that.
Bessie.
Despite
Oh,
rejecting
Tom, shit
Hollywood,
for me.
Bessie still set her sights on California, where, thanks to a sponsorship deal with Oakland's Coast Tire and Rubber Company, she was able to buy a Curtiss JM4 for $400. The plane, known as a Jenny, was already considered obsolete, but it was hers. With this final obstacle cleared, the sky was literally the limit for Bessie Coleman. She got a plane!
Wow.
Finally.
You started to scare me there. I thought this was going to take a tragic turn.
Like, then she crashed the plane.
Yeah, because we are on this show, and nothing good ever happens on this show.
Well,
Oh,
you know,
no.
things that
Not
happened a
all
long
the
time
time,
ago
you get the
almost
idea, right?
always end in death. You know, unfortunately, time passes.
Everybody dies. Everybody dies.
True.
On February 4th, 1924, 10,000
That's three.
people gathered at the new fairgrounds at Palomar Park in Southern California to see Bessie Coleman fly in her very own plane, sponsored by the good folks at Coast Tire and Rubber. Unfortunately, the crowd that day was less than wowed, with many demanding refunds, accusing Bessie of making them a sucker in a, quote, bunko game. Just some old-timey shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
got you.
right.
This is bunk. This is like,
Yeesh.
Oh, why was this event considered a bunko game? A. Bessie's stunts were outdated and boring. B. Bessie never showed up. Or C. It was so cloudy you could barely see the plane.
That sucks.
I love that they're like, your stunts are
Like, go
old.
with C,
Yeah, I
but-
know. I really hope that's not it.
We've seen these.
Wah.
Beefman, what's your answer?
C.
Yeah, cloudy day. I'm
See,
going with
cloudy
that,
day.
too.
I'd like that to be because the other ones kind of suck.
And Ryan?
Sure.
I feel like because
Well, Ryan?
good things don't happen, I think she didn't show
Oh,
up.
B? No
Well,
shot?
let's find out via the magic of theater. I'll be back.
All right, bye.
Cloudy day feels like the best case scenario.
When is the
Hopefully
best
there
case
won't be
scenario
balls.
happen here?
Hey,
That's
someone had to say it.
Well, I don't know about you, fella, but I can't wait to see Queen Bess soar over us like a goddamn eagle. You're not lying, friend. I hear she's spectacular and flies in the French style.
I mean,
Yes. Any
Oh.
second, I'm sure. Oh, is that her?
oh, wait.
Yes. Oh, I think.
Oh, I see a
no,
cloud.
That's a cloud.
Oh. Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you that Bessie Coleman's plane has crashed. She has sent word that she'll be along as soon as she can be patched up, but it sounds like she's got a broken leg and broken ribs, and also, I don't know what plane she'd be flying now, so yeah, sorry.
Sounds like Bessie's really hurt. To me, it sounds like we've been had. Ooh! I demand my money back. Yes, this is a bunko game. A bunko game, I say. Yes, it's a bunko game. A bunko game.
What,
Bunko game.
what just happened?
wow.
Let's bring Bunko Game back. That's kind of fun.
I think it belongs in the past.
Yeah, it does. So what?
You
B?
can take that one. I'll,
Yeah, I'll try
I
to make
don't
it a
know.
thing.
What was that?
Oh! Point for Ryan Graham. You get a jelly bean here in this bunko game.
Didn't show up.
Yes, Bessie never made it to the fairgrounds in Palomar Park because shortly after taking off in Santa Monica, her rickety old plane smashed into the ground. Feared dead, thankfully, Bessie had only been knocked out, along with a broken leg, broken ribs, and a cut-up face. Upon regaining consciousness, Bessie pleaded with the doctor just to patch her up so she could still fly out to the show. Again, I'm not sure what plane she would have used, but that proved impossible. Bessie didn't leave the hospital for 3 months.
Wow.
Oof, that bad?
You respect the hustle. She wanted to get back up there.
It's like Frida Kahlo when she painted in her bed. It's like she still wanted to be a part of her art
yeah.
and her craft. Wow.
She seems like someone who could have benefited from like, a
Bessie.
long rest too. She's been going like pretty hard for a long
going.
time. Yeah, lie down in the bed, catch up on Stranger Things or something. I don't know.
In 1927.
4.
Bessie returned to Chicago and, for the next couple years, struggled to get her career airborne again. Meanwhile, her dreams had only grown, using her time healing to lay the groundwork for a flight school that would welcome Black Americans. As Bessie said, quote, "Blacks should not have to experience the difficulties I have faced, so I decided to open a flying school and teach other black women to fly. For accidents may happen, and there would be someone to take my place." However, starting a flying school meant buying planes, which meant somehow earning money, which meant Bessie would have to get back to barnstorming. Barnstorming is just what they call when you show up,
Fine.
put on a show. You got that, right?
Oh no, I was lost there. Like,
Makes sense,
airplane
makes
show is
sense.
called barnstorming?
Yeah.
I only knew that because I was a big Peanuts fan. So
Of like Peanuts as in the characters, the cartoons?
yeah, the cartoons. Yeah,
No, he just loves those little nuts.
yeah, I'm a big fan of Peanuts.
Yeah, I was like, sure.
I'm a big Peanuts fan.
Bessie eventually started gaining traction doing air shows in borrowed planes in Texas, sometimes ending her show by passing controls off to a co-pilot so she could parachute from the plane.
Dang.
That's sick.
Baller.
Brave.
Does she still have the scar? Because can you imagine parachuting down with this big scar?
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, like a big
Oh,
zoom
that'd be
scar
badass.
across her
Yeah,
face.
that's nice. I like
Wow.
That's
Bessie was
badass.
like a
that.
badass.
She's just a badass.
Though she was desperate to buy another plane of her own, Bessie refused to compromise what she knew was right for an easy buck. Before a show in her hometown of Waxahachie, organizers informed her there would be separate entrances for white and black spectators. Bessie refused to fly until the entrances were combined. Another show, at the annual flower show thrown by the Orlando Chamber of Commerce, was to be for whites only, until Bessie refused to fly, opening admission to black citizens as well. Finally, Bessie had some influence, and she was sure to use it to push for equality.
That's sick.
Yes.
I love that.
Just
Again,
refuse to
uplifting
apply.
people. Like, you have to use your power.
The
The
fact
point
they
is,
like
if you find yourself with an
caved
advantage
to
or
those
privilege
demands, you
in
know
life,
she was like a
use it
big
for
deal.
good.
What have you done?
I guess I got murdered.
Oh. Wow, that got dark.
That's a strange answer to that question.
By saving money from touring, not just by barnstorming, but also on the safer lecture circuit, in April
again?
of 1926, Bessie had finally gathered the money needed to once again buy her own plane. Another old-ass Jenny for sale in Dallas.
Why would you buy the
Again?
plane that you like?
Wait, same
crashed?
plane?
That makes me nervous. Is she gonna make it out of this?
I think she's
They getting him
playing
low.
with us right now. He's fooling around.
We're
can all
late on us.
tell.
What happened? Where's
I got a bad
Bessie?
feeling.
Well,
Where's the question?
24-year-old mechanic William Wills received Bessie's plane and flew it from Dallas to Jacksonville, where Bessie was waiting to perform her first show in her own plane. Wills made the journey with 5 stops, 2 of them emergency landings, as the plane was in pretty bad shape, arriving in Jacksonville on April 28th, 1926.
Oh God.
Here it comes.
Oh, no. Oh well, that's the first problem.
2 days
Yeah,
later,
two
on
emergency-
April 30th, Wills and Bessie climbed aboard the Jenny for a practice flight. Wills manned the controls, while Bessie, unsecured so her 5'3" frame could see over the side, scouted for a spot to land when she would parachute from the plane the next day.
It's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
Just
not
finish your
good. I'm
stupid
sorry,
story.
guys.
Can we just get to the point, please?
According to witnesses, in the practice flight, the plane suddenly accelerated and nosedived, going into a tailspin before flipping upside down at an altitude of 500 feet. The unbuckled Bessie Coleman fell out of the plane and plunged to the ground, dying on impact. She was only 34 years old.
Oh my God.
It's sad.
I guess she died doing what she loved, I guess.
Pretty
It
much.
is, it's a very dangerous thing to be doing.
I mean, she could have died at home in a recliner eating like a turkey sub, but
Right.
she died falling to
plane.
her death from a plane, I guess. I'm trying to make this better. I think
No,
it sucks.
let's
Yeah,
put
good
it
luck
this
with
way.
that.
If you are a thrill seeker, someone who
Thrill
does
seeking to the
feats
end, I
of
guess.
daring for great audiences,
just
the
bad
optimal
taste
way
in
you'd want to
planes.
go is doing something daring, right?
Yeah.
Wills struggled to regain control and crashed, his body pinned under the wreckage. As rescuers scrambled to try to lift the plane from his body, some idiot lit a match for a cigarette, igniting the fumes pouring from the plane and engulfing the wreckage in flames.
That's not real. He
Jesus.
like someone.
What the fuck?
What? That's
Wow.
like that scene from Zoolander when
What the hell?
you know what this situation needs? A
Use your
cigarette.
crutch. Just,
Let me-
oh
let me
shit!
think.
Why did I do that?
People really loved smoking back then, you know?
Oh God! Why?
Wills never stood a chance. Investigators determined the cause of the crash was a loose wrench that got jammed in the control gears.
A loose wrench, like the tool?
Yeah.
Like someone was just fixing and go, we'll get back to this later. It's
Right. I
fine."
don't know if they dropped it or what.
Came back from lunch, forgot about it. It
Yeah.
happens.
It's one of those tiny things where it's like, you know, the tiniest little mistake can just doom a person.
They always say that when it comes to an airplane or a helicopter, one loose screw. I mean, we're thumbing our nose at God by being in the sky
agree.
every single time. And every time I land, I go, dodged one there.
You know, we're putting horses
Sounds
out of
right.
work.
Honestly.
More than 5,000 people attended Bessie Coleman's funeral service in Florida, and 10,000 attended a memorial hosted in her honor by Ida B. Wells in Chicago. Even in death, however, the white media used Bessie's race to rob her of the recognition she deserved. White papers focused more on Will's death than Bessie's, with the Florida Times-Union even saying the crash happened while Wills was, quote, teaching Bessie how to fly. Some bullshit.
That's the Florida Times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who?
And again, before civil rights. So
Well, nobody in Florida. 'cause
that's
they
a
can't
giant
be-
Bro. Screw you, Florida.
Don't kill me, Florida. You have Disney World.
With that in mind, how many days did it take for the New York Times to publish Bessie's obituary? This is open-ended, but I'll tell you right off the bat, it was not the next day.
Are we doing Prices Right style, like closest without going over?
Yeah.
Copy.
All right.
Okay,
I'm gonna
almost done.
say
Locked in. Beef boy, what do you got?
I'm going 10 days.
Okay.
I put 20 years, because I feel like they probably didn't write about her until, oh wait, the 40s. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't.
That math in my
Does it?
I realized
Yeah, I
how
should have
far.
gone years.
Depressingly, points to Beef Boy.
Oh,
Bessie
40?
Coleman's obituary finally ran in the New York Times on December 11th, 2019. 34,193 days after her death, part of the paper's overlooked series.
I shouldn't be smiling at that. That's insane.
Wow.
It's just ludicrous.
2019.
Her whole legacy just
crap.
went unknown. Like no one said anything about it. It was just kind of like, oh, this lady died and blah blah blah.
Right.
And it wasn't until like
Crap,
literally
that's
after
messed
Black
up.
Lives Matter that like people were like, we should talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Right.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
Well, in 1929, another famous black aviator, William J. Powell, started the Bessie Coleman Flying School in Los Angeles, picking
Thanks,
up the
Powell.
dream that had driven Bessie to continue despite setback after setback. Though her life was cut tragically short, Bessie had already broken through so many barriers and achieved the goal she'd set for herself back as a girl in Texas. She had certainly made something of herself. As the Norfolk Journal and Guide
Well,
wrote
she
after
left
her
herself
death,
a
quote,
legacy.
whether
Nice.
they take it or not, Miss Coleman has taught our women that they can navigate the air. And like all pioneers, she has built her own monument.
Wow. Late, but yes.
Yeah.
I believe she's going to be on a U.S. quarter next year.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, if that's the end of the story, huge pile of bullshit that she's gone unrecognized for so long. But holy shit, I mean, what an accomplished woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100
Every time
years.
something stopped her, she was like, I'm gonna come back bigger and better.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to take away with me.
Whatever she did, she vowed to be the best at it, and she was. If every time I lost and I had a band celebrate,
about
my
92
life would be a
years?
musical.
Yeah, it would.
Because I lose a lot.
Actually, just
Well, that concludes our
years.
history lesson. I'm going to go tally the scores to see who receives the title of History Master. While I do that, please enjoy the special performance from a cute little clown.
Cloud?
Goody.
Okay.
You know,
What?
it's really lonely up here for us clouds. Yeah, we love it when you little human weirdos come to visit us. So few of you take the trip, though. Are you
Okay.
so content with being down there in the dirt, lowly, his bravery in short supply?
What is happening?
You know, I'd like you to visit. Hey, you! Down there! You ever thought about maybe taking to the air? We got clouds and little birds. Oh, we got one hell of a view of Mother Earth. Oh, hello from above. Let me pitch you something that I think you're gonna love. Hop a hot air balloon or a plane. Once you get up here, your life ain't ever gonna be the same.
Solve?
And sure, it's dangerous to hop aboard a plane and just forget about the life that you knew. But get your ass on a flight, hit the gas, hold on tight, and rocket skyward toward that beautiful blue. Come on up to the sky. Sure, there's a minuscule chance that you'll die. But when you're dipping your soul, you won't miss Earth anymore. Shit down there don't look great. Fuck it all, levitate. I see ya there on the ground. I can't believe you dorks let gravity hold you down. Look at me.
actually kinda enjoyed this.
I'm the cutest little cumulus you ever did.
He's at the
see.
something, not sure what.
Don't be fooled, I'm a little imp. Pedal through
Yeah, I'm
it
with you, Ryan.
rainbow and the
That's still a good song.
blimp. You can too. Just take the ride, leave all your woes and all your baggage from below behind. And sure, it's dangerous to hop aboard a plane, but trust your instincts and you'll know what to do. Just get your ass on the flight, hit the gas, hold on tight, and rocket skyward to the beautiful blue. Come on up. you'll die. Trip through that beautiful blue.
I mean, I'm with you, but sheesh.
Life below's looking bleak. Fuck it all, take the lead. This is unrelated, but I'll tell you, from way up here, you really see some crazy stuff. I saw the whole JFK assassination, and I know exactly who did it. I can't tell you who, but I can tell you, they did that. Anyway, let's get back on track with some scatting.
weird.
Skip bap bap ba doo ba da pop, scoop bang, and a diggle piggy whip hang. Ooh, ah.
Anything else on there, Ryan?
Up to the sky. Sure, there's a pretty solid chance to do that.
Solid?
But when you're deep in your soul, you won't deserve anymore. Shit down there, don't look great. Fuck it all, levitate, get your ass on a flight. Hit the gas, hold on tight. Come on up.
Well, that happened. I mean, sitcom-esque, I'll give you that.
It's so good. That was so good. So good. I really want to sing that for the rest of my life now.
Oh, hi, welcome back, Professor.
Performance. Now, you guys are never gonna believe this, but according to our complex victory
Bergara?
algorithm, this week's history master is Ryan Bergara.
There it is.
Another win, Ryan. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Get your prize again.
I expected
the
it
trophies,
again.
the coveted cups are on back order.
Yeah,
Supply
they're
chain
on
issues.
back order.
Come-
That's what they're on.
And the
come
lotion.
get it.
I think I'm good on the
No.
lotion.
Yeah, I'll
must
pass
take
today.
it.
I don't want
Thank
it.
you.
You must.
I don't
No,
want
You don't
I'm
want to be
good.
dry. You want to be well moisturized.
it. Wow,
I
look
said
at
I'm
this
good. My
lotion
hands
that
are
I'm definitely gonna
moisturized.
put on my skin. Oh, it feels so good.
Good.
So good.
Ryan Graham, thank you so
Wonder if
much
there's
again
something
for
in that
joining us
lotion.
today. For the rest of you at home, thanks for watching Puppet History, where the details are always a little fuzzy. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, Professor. Oh, and back to Professor in the dinosaur land.
Takes eons to get here. In a way, they're the messengers of galactic history.
But, son, if I fly really high, I could probably still eat one, right?
No, I'm sorry, Dad.
I told you, he's always flying up there trying to eat them, getting all lightheaded and passing out, dropping out of the sky like a sexy little rock.
I just want to taste the twinkle
Down,
treats.
T-Rex.
You want twinkles? You look into my eyes.
In the future, people make pictures out of the stars and tell tales about them. Constellations, we call them. Yeah, actually, now that I look up there, I don't really recognize any of these stars, though.
Oh, let's make some new constellations then, huh?
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh, okay.
How about, oh, there. Hey, and that one looks like my favorite rock. Hey, honey, that one rock, right?
He loves this rock.
Oh, man, it's cold, it's hard, it's heavy, it tastes bad, it's exquisite.
Oh wait, look up there. Those look like that little bird that's always tweeting.
There's a little bird?
This scrimpy guy in the forest always going tweet-a-doo. You know, I sat on your egg a long time. A lot of cold, rainy nights. And when things were dark and scary, I just listened to that little dingus singing his tune. Because if a dumb little bird can survive till sunrise, so can I.
Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, wait, my turn. Oh, hey, look there. That one looks like Beef Boy.
Son, you can't just say things.
Oh, Ryan. He was my friend. You know what? You guys would have liked him. He was a weird guy. He was kind of nasty to me, but I guess I was kind of nasty to him.
Oh, well, sometimes we're a little nasty when we're not paying attention. I bit one of your father's toes off once.
Oh, she did, clean off.
We were in a tangic frenzy. I said I was sorry, but we kept going.
She did. She said she was sorry, but yeah, it's gone.
I'm sure if you apologized to Beef Boy, he'd forgive you.
Yeah, maybe.
So can we talk about my rock more? Or
Well, sure, Dad.
He's really passionate about this rock.
this one time, I took a nap on the rock, right? It was sunny, okay? And I had a what do you call it, sunny?
Oh, Professor Mrs. Ryan.
Oh, right. Yes, a dream.
Okay, so yeah, I saw my toe. Except my toe had wings of its own.
Hey, is that... Wait, why are we zooming in? What the... I don't know. Sorry. What the... Did it not go clear. But anyway, sorry about the mix-ups, but jeez, somehow I don't know why, but I just have a hard time. But anyway, I gotta go do some stuff before the next video. So until then, thanks for watching, everybody. I got two right, so not bad, but yeesh. Anyway, until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next lesson. Bye, everybody.